Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Today I'm going to review two books, two new releases by Tchaikovsky. Shroud, which is a sci-fi standalone, and The Hungry Gods, which is a novella. So first let's talk about Shroud. This is a standalone for now, but we never know. Tchaikovsky, he might write something else in this world if he gets a good idea, but for now this is a complete story. This is set in space. Basically Earth is no more. We used up all Earth's resources and moved on to outer space. Humanity is finding new planetary systems, taking its resources and leaving them as empty shells. We are bad in this one. For every action, there are different perspectives. Some could argue that this is just survival, but from my perspective, it is bad. We are greedy bunch. Anyway, we start in this space station which is settled near a new planetary system like new moon and trying to find usable resources on a planet. This planet, actually everything is dark, there was no light, and they can't even hear anything. Like there was a lot of electromagnetic noise, so they name it as Shroud. Initially it starts with single POV. Juna, one of the scientists in this team, which was tasked to find if anything can be used on this planet Shroud. Through her POV, we learn about the rest of the team. And due to some random accident, Juna, along with another team member, May, they crashed onto the Shroud. They are in a drone actually. They can't survive outside the drone because of lack of oxygen. That's the drone we see on the cover. And they are surrounded by these breads. That's exactly, actually, if you look at the cover, that's exactly how the planet looks. So they can't see anything beyond what the drone lights are showing them. They were stuck inside that, and that's when their adventure starts. That's when their struggle for survival on this planet starts. Tchaikovsky used his strengths very well in this story. His biggest strength is in world building, and we got rich world building. The way he described Shroud was terrifying. It was atmospheric. It felt like I was on that planet. I was stuck on that planet, actually. We get to see the sentient beings on Shroud. That's the most fascinating part of this book. And he also gave us alien POV. That's actually the best part. That's where Tchaikovsky's second strength came into picture. He is very, very good, probably the best in writing alien POVs. We just end up relating to them. At least I relate to them. I root for them. And the way Tchaikovsky introduced alien POV in this book was very clever, actually. Initially, it was more from human POV. Actually, this book is divided into like 5 or 6 parts. So in the beginning, initially it was all about human POV. We get like at the end of the first part, we get like maybe 3-4 pages of alien POV. And the more we progress into the book, the more we progress into the story, we get more of the alien POV, and we get interludes between each part, and the end he ties up everything, those interludes, with the main storyline. I loved it. Another interesting thing is our human characters Juna and May and this alien cannot interact with each other, cannot communicate with each other in any way. But the way that communication or lack thereof happens was very, very impressive. I was like super impressed with that. And I love the dynamic between two characters. Initially it was awkward because they're very different people, but through this struggle for survival, they learn to respect each other and work together. I love the development of their characters and their bond. The best part of this book for me is its themes. Obviously, human greed is one of the themes, but the other important theme of this book is alienness. I think getting that alien POV changed the game here. For that, alien are as humans are the aliens. Actually, who is the alien here? That's the best part of this book. I loved that exploration. We don't know much in the beginning, so we have to wait to get that understanding. I did not mind waiting. Pacing was little off, little slow, actually. We cannot read this book fast. At least I could not read this fast. It took me some time to get into it, and it took me some time to understand what is going on. But I did not mind that. I did not mind taking slow. Because of that, I enjoyed it more, I think. Anyway, I highly recommend it if you don't mind the slow pace, if you don't mind not knowing, and if you like world building. This is just fantastic. And next, I want to talk about his latest novella, The Hungry Gods. This is less than 200 pages, so I'll keep it short. So, this is set in post apocalyptic Earth actually. Not many humans are left on Earth, they all went away. So the people who are left over on Earth are divided into different tribes, like rabbit people, seagull people, pigeon people, like that. Initially I thought they were animals. It took me actually a long time to understand they were actually people, but they kind of took the philosophy of these animals, if I understood correctly. So rabbit people, they actually run. They don't harm anyone. They live by themselves. In the face of any problem, they just run, and they run fast. And seagull people, they actually attack and kill other small people, like rat people, like that. And pigeon people are like live by themselves. They save water. Actually, this in this earth, everything is polluted. There is no more water. To find water, if they find water, they have to boil it to get rid of any toxins in the water. So it was difficult to harvest any food. So we mainly follow this girl from rabbit people called Amri. She is an orphan, so she and along with other orphans were sent out to find water or things to burn, because they need lots of fuel to boil water. So one night when she was out exploring, she witnesses a meteor crashing onto the ground. So she wants to come back to her people to see what happened to them. And when she was coming home, when she was running home, she witnesses the destruction of her entire people. So that actually starts the story. So her entire rabbit people were destroyed, and she was met by a god. So he tells her that he's one of the gods who returned to earth and takes her under his wing. From there, the story explores who is this god and why him and other gods came back to earth, and what is Amri's place in this god's plan. It was an interesting exploration of, again, greed for resources. I think that's kind of a common theme if you look at it, Shroud. But the writing style, with Tchaikovsky writing style, is completely different with each book. So now I'm talking about it, I recognize the similarity of it, though I read both books with just 1 month gap. While reading Hungry Gods, I did not think of Shroud. So it was an interesting, actually, we can see the Tchaikovsky drawing parallels between these gods and rich and powerful people in our lives. Like this is basically, at least the way I understand it, this is basically a criticism of rich and powerful people who are willing to take all the resources of earth and act like gods. I don't want to say anything more than that, since it's a novella. We got only glimpses of the world, so I was less invested in that when I was reading it. But the more time it's been since I finished it, the more I am thinking about it. It's definitely worth the read. I hope you give them a try and enjoy both of them. Have a good day. Bye.